Well, let's try this again. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Tuesday, the 15th day of October, and that tells us that we're almost halfway through the month of October, and that if you look at the forecast, some November-like weather is going to be here before it is. We're still talking about a big cold front coming. It's going to play a big part in our weather. Tomorrow afternoon and early evening hours will be the peak of any showers I think we'll see, and we'll see some before and after that time period as well. Then after the cold front rolls through, we're talking about the upper 50s for daytime highs on your Thursday. Then we're going to hang out in the low to mid 60s from that point further till this time next week. And we have a chance to get down into the 30s with some of the coldest nighttime and morning air of the season thus far over the course of your weekend. Sounds good, right? Well, I know, maybe not, but nevertheless, we have to at least portray it as such. I'll also talk about tonight the regular session of the Montgomery County Fiscal Court this morning. I'll take you down to the pumpkin patch and let you know when they have organized their Halloween celebration for. Also, bullying. It's not a Kentucky report, but it's one that serves as a reminder to all of us parents. An arrest on the Mountain Parkway last night. Oh, and we've got a lot to talk about in high school football, so stay tuned. Also, I have a report, and no complications as with last night, already edited and done, and they'll be airing tomorrow, about a local woman who's been on the show for various reasons before in our history. But this time, it's about an animal that was born on her farm that she was told to put down because it would never lead a normal life or one with any quality associated to it. She refused to listen to some experts, and with the help of some local veterinarians, that horse survived and became very normal and active, and then she lost it for 12 years and has been vigorously searching for it ever since. It's a two-facet story that we'll be airing on tomorrow night's program, so be sure and tune in. I thought it was really, really neat. And one of those that just kind of, for a whole lot of reasons, reminds us to really never give up hope. So, with that said, let's dive into, first of all, coverage of this morning's regular session of the Montgomery County Fiscal Court after standard operating procedure, if you will, payment of bills, fund transfers, and the like. There was some discussion about repairs to be made to the Justice Center heating and air conditioning system. There was also $920 in excess fees presented to the Fiscal Court on behalf of Montgomery County Court Clerk Renee Arnett's office for the year 2012. $925, less than it has been in recent years, but that's certainly a sign of the times, if you will. And then on to a proposal for the application of a grant, if you will. Not much grant money out there in any form or fashion, but Regina McClure, the Big Sandy ad, says there is a pool of money that they're very hopeful of getting a piece of, at least, that would go a long way to lighting the walk bridge that connects the downtown area and the Remy Park.
Item on the agenda is Regina McClure from the Sandy Ad District. Talk to us.
Y'all may remember that 6 or 7 years ago you did a grant for your bridge, the pedestrian bridge in Remy Park, and when you did that, we didn't have enough money to do everything that was intended, and one of the things that was in the original plans was some lighting for the bridge. And that pot of money is open right now, and it's my estimate, based on talking to a couple engineers and a contractor, that the lighting will be between $20,000 and $30,000. That's purchasing it and installing it. I have a drawing here of it. It probably won't mean anything to you, but I'll pass it around, let y'all look at it. I mean, it's kind of just, it looks like an EKG strip, Doc.
This patient needs to be in the intensive care unit on some medications, or I can say even under Obamacare they qualify, and that's hard nowadays.
But that grant would have a 20% match, and what if you would the grant application's due on the 24th, and what I would need from the court is you would give the judge the authorization to sign all the paperwork in relation to that project, and you would also be agreeing for the court to make the match if you were awarded the project, which would be 20%.
The motion to apply the grant and further investigate the matter and allow McClure to file the proper paperwork, of course, passed unanimously. It is hopeful at this time that it's a grant that will be received, especially since that particular part of the initial project had to be cut due to budget constraints at the time. Then it was on to health insurance and Obamacare. Judge Hardin saying that he, like everyone else, regardless of the opinion, must abide by it. And that also includes the effects that it may have on the county employees.
that I'd like to address is health insurance. And health coverage and the way things are done are changing dramatically in this country. I guess everybody thinks it's all Obamacare. To be honest, it was already a lot of it starting. But Obamacare will have some significant ramifications for the county, depending upon how we set up our county employees. We have some areas, some people that are on our insurance and reimburse us now, but according to the new rules may have to go on their own and purchase an individual one, such as the library and senior citizens and stuff. And I would like to make a motion that the judge be authorized to work with the insurance agent to see what is the best, most stable plan we can get for at least a year. Because there's a lot of rules kick in, and we do not know at this point if they'll let us do a midterm change. If they will, I would like to, just to get some stability. Because I don't think anybody knows what this is going to be like in 6 months. When you make this massive change, whether you agree with it or disagree with it, like it or don't like it, there will be some things that turn out better than we dreamed, and there will be some things that turn out problems that we never anticipated. Nobody can mess with 20% of the economy and not have a dramatic change. And what I'm, people ask me, said, what do you think about Obamacare? I say it's here. I said, what do you think about it? I said, what good does it do to what I think about it? I don't really have any influence. All I can do is adapt to what's going on. And as judge, chief executive officer for the county, I'm trying to get some stability. And I think that's important, even if it costs us a few percentage points now, instead of looking in July and leaving that whole thing for myself or someone else.
Fiscal Court voted to support his motion, and soon thereafter the meeting was adjourned. Next, I know it's not a local or even state report, but it is one that, as a parent, I think needs to serve as a reminder to us all just how prevalent bullying can be without maybe our awareness, and how dangerous indeed it can be. This story comes in the light of the fact that 2 young girls, 12 and 14 years of age respectively, have now been arrested. They're being charged with or related to the death of a 12-year-old Central Florida girl who authorities say committed suicide after being bullied online by several girls over the course of nearly a year, and even after her parents pulled her out of school. The 2 accused are 12 and 14, and they've both been charged with felony aggravated stalking. Polk County, Florida Sheriff Grady Judd says a Facebook post from one of the 2 led police to make the arrest, and they made the arrest swiftly because after or per their investigation, the parents of the 2 girls were contacted and notified about Sedgwick's death and the possible involvement of the 2 children, but the parents chose not to cooperate with police, and the 2 girls were still able to use their social media, and police fear that the girls may pick another victim. The sheriff said that Sedgwick was terrorized by as many as 15 different girls, ganging up on her relentlessly, picking on her for months. They used online message boards, Facebooks, text, everything within their means, and some of the girls' computers, cell phones, and other electronic devices were seized as part of the investigation. He said the 2 were arrested, and those 2 were considered to be the main 2 behind the entire situation. One girl had actually been dating the 12-year-old's former boyfriend, and she went to friends around school and tried to have them turn on Sedgwick, posting comments on the internet saying that she should do things like drink bleach and die. The second girl arrested was a former best friend of the deceased, and she was influenced by the other girl to turn on her. Reports are that Sedgwick's mother pulled her out of school in 2012, but that the bullying kept on coming via her cell phone, via social media, and other mediums. On September the 9th, Sedgwick climbed that tower that you saw a moment ago, an abandoned concrete plant, and then literally plummeted off of it to her death. After the suicide police looked at her computer, they found search queries. Topics such as what is considered overweight for a 13-year-old girl, how to get the blades out of razors, and how many over-the-counter drugs do you have to take to die. One of her screensavers also showed her with her head resting on a railroad track. Florida has a bullying law in place named after a teenager who killed himself after being harassed by playmates. It was amended on July the 1st to give schools the authority to deal with the situation and law enforcement should they need to. Privacy is a very touchy thing, without a doubt, even in the relationship from parent or caregiver to student. But personally, keeping up to date, going through however you want to refer to it, their electronic devices, conversations, things of that nature, to some degree, and I'm not the one to say to what degree that needs to be, but it needs to be monitored by parents and caregivers, without a doubt. With that said, my daughter's going to love to hear that. With that said, I'll be right back with local news after this.
It's so new it doesn't even have a name, but it does have an amazing taste all its own. 4 pancakes, butter, syrup, plus your choice of any of our dozens of DQ toppings with a little whipped cream on top, and of course some of our world-famous DQ soft serve. And you can add bacon, sausage, or even a little country ham for a full-blown breakfast treat. Or sink your taste buds into a quarter or even half-pound grill burger fixed exactly like you like it. And you want to know the best part? James says you can have either one for breakfast as early as you want, but only at your Salyersville DQ. Salyersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce the newest members of our family, Administrator Elaine Jones and our full-time chaplain Mark Campbell and volunteer Richard Green, new faces with the same sincere desire as these, to assist you and your family with short-term rehabilitation solutions or long-term nursing care needs, close to home and those that you love. Salyersville Nursing and Rehabilitation. From time and money-saving services like their overdraft protection, telephone and online banking services, to finding the right home, college, or car loan, to personalized checking and savings accounts designed around your exact needs, Salyersville National Bank is still your best choice and the same locally owned and operated bank that's been looking out for your family's financial health since 1902. Salyersville National, restoring the piggy bank population one savings at a time.
Hi, I'm Don McFarland. I want to be your family lawyer. If you've been injured on the job, if you're interested in getting your Social Security disability or SSI benefits, or if you've been injured because of someone else's negligence, or basically, if a car wreck has caused you to suffer pain, then pick up the phone and call Donald Wayne, 349-9000.
Fall is here, and it's time to rake in the savings at Home Furniture. Come in now for the largest sale ever on select bedroom suites. Prices have been drastically reduced, up to 40% off. All in-stock recliners are buy one, get one half off. Purchase a big screen TV, get a soundbar free. Seasons may change, but we'll always have financing available for everyone, guaranteed. Come in today while supplies last and take advantage of these huge savings at Home Furniture, Highlands Plaza, Prestonsburg.
City Police Officer Mike Nichols tells me of another drug-related arrest on the Mountain Parkway last night, this time netting 3 arrests, 2 for the execution of bench warrants, all 3 from Floyd County. The driver, a female, arrested for drug possession.
Nichols outlined 5 arrests made at an established traffic safety checkpoint last night in the Mountain Parkway near what is commonly referred to as the Gullet Toll Plaza here in McGoffin County. One of the 3 individuals arrested out of one vehicle pertaining to one case was still incarcerated in the Big Sandy Jail as of airtime, that being this man, 27-year-old Jesse Hamilton of Stanville, arrested on a bench warrant which was served. We do not know the charges associated or tagged with that bench warrant. And the other 2 individuals, including the driver of the vehicle, had already bonded out of jail, and their pictures not available after hours at the Big Sandy Jail on the website. Another passenger, identified as a Mark Dotson of Prestonsburg, was arrested also for a bench warrant which was served on his name. And then the driver of the vehicle was identified as a female, a Kelly R. Key from Allen, Kentucky, also from Floyd County. She was charged with possession in the 3rd degree and prescription not in its proper container. A small baggie containing a significant quantity of Xanax and a larger quantity of undetermined prescription pills were found either on her person or in the vehicle she was operating, and thus she was arrested on those drug-related charges. This is just the latest in a string of arrests conducted by Nichols and Kentucky State Police Trooper Rodney Pratt, who have been conducting traffic safety checkpoints on the Mountain Parkway periodically for the past several weeks.
It's back to the pumpkin patch, and I've got an exciting football report for you. But for now, let's turn over to tonight's calendar.
And our first order of business is not an order to hail to the king, but rather a birthday announcement that says, Happy 48th birthday, Paul Michael Marshall. Today is his birthday from Kennedy, Reed, and Lacey. And in case you're wondering, he is so gallantly wearing Kennedy's Miss Teen crown. Kennedy said he's the birthday king. Happy 48th to Paul Michael Marshall. First up, from the Magoffin County Senior Citizens Center, they're giving out food boxes this Thursday. That's day after tomorrow, 12:30 till 2:30. And also, those signing up for the LHEAP program must have proof of income from the source of the income, such as Social Security. This coming from your local director, Marlene Howard. Todd Masters will be at the Salyersville Free Will Baptist Church, and Pastor Floyd Arnott invites you to join them. That's this Friday and Saturday, 7 p.m. both nights. Also a reminder, Sunday services start at 11. Kelly Cottle will begin services Sunday night at 6 and Monday through Wednesday at 7. Attention to our veterans. If you would like to be a part of the Veterans Day ceremony, a Vietnam veteran specifically, please call Jeremy or Henry at the numbers at the bottom of your screen. They'd like to hear from you in the course of the next few days by November the 1st, if you can, to be able to make the lineup for this year's Veterans Day ceremony at the Magoffin County High School. And time's running out as October's winding down. You've got Friday and Saturdays only and Halloween night to go to the Salyersville Masonic Lodge's Haunted Trail on Upper Mash Fork Road. Salyersville class of 1971. Yes, young people, there was a Salyersville High School before Magoffin, and its graduating class of 1971 is having a reunion at the Ramey Park this Saturday at 1. Case of rain, the picnic's going to be moved into the Fellowship Hall of the First Baptist Church right across the road. It's going to be barbecue with all the fixings, and it's $10 per person you can pay at the park. So bring yourself, classmates, your families, yearbooks, games like horseshoe, cornhole, memories, anything like that you would like to share or play. If you have any questions, there's some numbers you can call. The annual Christmas in November celebration, not until November the 1st and 2nd. But if you are a vendor and would like to set up some tables, call 349-4409 or 349-4416 to do so. You need to register by the 25th of October. That is less than 10 days. And if you have an announcement like these, a birthday, anniversary, anything like that, this is how you get them on the program for free. Local and area funeral services are listed on behalf of a service provided by our friends at the Magoffin County Funeral Home, who have forwarded us announcements in honor of 32-year-old Bridget Ann Howard of Salyersville, who passed away on the 12th, Saturday over this past weekend. Bridget was the daughter of Tammy and Kathy Russell Howard, and besides her parents, she's survived by sisters Stephanie Montgomery and Felicia Craft. Visitation continues this evening, and it will do so up until the time of services. They'll begin tomorrow afternoon at 1 in her honor. Both visitation and services from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Burial will follow thereafter at the Lee Howard Cemetery on Coon Creek. Faster, friendlier, family-owned Parkway Pharmacy, open 8:30 till 6:30 Monday through Friday in the new Magoffin Medical Plaza under the care of local pharmacist Jesse Rudd. To make Parkway Pharmacy your pharmacy, come by or give us a call at 349-4400. Game time means wing time at Lee's, and that means it's time for you to try our new buffalo wings. I can't tell you our secret, but I can tell you they're marinated and then rolled in our famous, albeit a little spicy, crispy chicken batter and served up with any of our 7 delectable sauces. So get your hands on a meal or a box today at your Salyersville Lee's famous recipe, where no one does chicken like we do chicken. Regardless of the project, big or small, inside or out, Bailey's Carpet has your next job covered with service after the sale on Husqvarna and Red Max power tools and equipment. You covered with great deals on boots and clothing by Georgia, Red Wing, and Carhartt, and your floors covered with premium materials at low prices from Bruce, Armstrong, and more at Bailey's Carpet and Hardware in Salyersville.
At the end of every race, Mark Martin hangs up his driving gloves. He hangs up his fire suit. And he hangs up his helmet. which is why he picks up his phone and opens the ER Extra app. The app shows ER Extra wait times, locations, and more. It's the one safeguard Mark Martin is never without. ER Extra at Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Well, that's right. Come on in because the lights are on, the doors are open, and the store is being stocked every day. Shelves are getting full with all sorts of styles and sizes and colors from all your famous big-name brands, Ariat and Carhartt and Wrangler and Outback and so many more, because Red's Boot Barn is back in Salyersville on 114.
2 weeks ago, I ventured down to the White Oak Pumpkin Patch for my first time, meeting for the first time Ashley Oldfield. And without a doubt, I could say it was one of the most watched stories that I've done in years, maybe ever. It ranks right up there as far as having a way to actually track. I can track the amount of views that stories get online via YouTube. And since we've been posting them on YouTube, without a doubt, it's by far got hundreds more than any other program. So I think it's very safe to say that the White Oak Pumpkin Patch is a very popular place, and certainly a popular place to be. If you drive by, it's very obvious you can't go by without some sort of a school bus or other sort of transport being there, and seeing that the fields are full of kids and even older adults as they today. But today I just had a moment to stop in and check in with Ashley, as she said that they had been planning, or were going to be planning at our last visit, a Halloween celebration. Well, they've pinpointed and finalized that date, and this is your invitation.
I rolled into the patch well before 10 o'clock this morning, thinking I might be ahead of everyone. Not. Several classes from Porter Elementary in Johnson County were there. Some folks from an area nursing home, and a lot of others were already there. Hay rides were already up and running, as were tours around the petting zoo or farm, and everything else that the White Oak Pumpkin Patch has to offer. I've already taken you on that tour. Just let me suffice it to say that it's still all there. All the pumpkins, all the varieties, all the fun things for kids to do. And even though it will be coming to a close before you know it, you've got a few weeks before it does. And that includes their Halloween celebration. For more, I turn to Katy Perry. Well, actually, she might favor, underneath that colorful hair, Ashley Oldfield.
So how's it been in the last couple of weeks?
It's been wonderful. It's been extremely busy, and we're excited and happy and feeling very blessed right now.
So here we are. I just wanted to stop and check in. I know that you've got a couple things that I wanted you to mention that are coming up. And I mean, what's the season for Pumpkin Patch? How long are we going to do this?
Well, we're going to stay open until the second week of November, or through the second week of November. And October 26th, we're going to get in the Halloween spirit by doing a Halloween hoedown. We'll have live music beginning around 2 o'clock on that day, and we encourage everybody to wear your costume. We will be giving out prizes and having a costume contest, so everybody needs to really put some thought into what they're going to wear, and just come down and enjoy the food and the music and the pumpkins, and let the kids play and have a big old time.
There you have it, kids. Whether your respective town may be having trick-or-treat on Saturday, or like many of them later on the actual day of Halloween on Thursday, it shouldn't conflict at all with the Halloween hoedown at the Pumpkin Patch. It's Saturday the 26th. That's a week from this Saturday. Starts at 2 in the afternoon. And as Ashley said, a costume contest, prizes, and more. Fun for the whole family.
We're open Monday through Saturday from 10 to 7 and Sunday 1 to 7.
Referring to what I mentioned at the top of that report, you can catch full programming for the time being on YouTube. It's as simple as logging on to YouTube and searching Your News Today. It's easiest to search Your News Today, Ritt Mortimer. And if you want to narrow it down, spell out the month and then the day and the year. But Your News Today and Ritt Mortimer will get you started. We're keeping a long list. It was only going to be 3 or 4 days, but so far, a couple of weeks worth of shows up and online for you to peruse through in case you miss one or have something you'd like to see again. Well, we've got some football stats and discussion and even more to talk about in this report coming up after the break. Stay tuned.
Stop by to see how, with a guaranteed trade-in, you can drive off in this gorgeous 2011 Hyundai Sonata for $17,950 or $299 a month, or how to drive off with a little soul for $12,950 or $235 a month, or how to drive off with a lot of style in this Dodge Ram Daytona at $15,950. all at Premier Motors in Paintsville. 170s, 500, 570, 800, 900s, 2 seats, 4 seats, Razors, Rangers, and XPs in the hottest colors with the coolest accessories with the best financing available and rebates up to $1,000 at Conley's, Kawasaki, and Polaris of Paintsville.
Howdy, Hatfield. I reckon I'll take my pig back.
Ain't your pig.
Yeah, it is.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is, and I can prove it. Ma, I just sent a picture of our missing pig. Tell everybody it's time to start feuding.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I guess ain't gonna be no feud. Real nice picture, though.
Well, put it on Instagram.
Appalachian Wireless's 4G. Great pictures, video, text, and talk. Bigger savings, better service. That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
In recognition of our grand reopening and in honor of you, Hutch Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC in Paintsville is celebrating with employee pricing for everyone. And you keep the rebates on any new 2013 or 2014 car, truck, or SUV and on all our pre-owned inventory. And register now with absolutely no purchase necessary for our grand reopening grand prizes. $10,000 in cash, $3,000 in cash, and 300 gallons of gasoline given away to someone on October the 26th at Hutch. Whether you want to be feared or favored, funny or frightful this Halloween, Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop has everything you'll ever need for the mood or effect you desire. And while we never know just how colorful our natural landscape will be at autumn, we are for always certain the season is vibrant inside the region's largest selection of fall and home decor. So come and see what surprises and delights await you at Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop in downtown Salyersville.
Local and area football teams that we follow on a weekly basis here in the high school level all have their 7th week under their belt. 5-2 for the Hornets, 5-2 for the Paintsville Tigers. Johnson Central undefeated, 4-3 for the Cougars. And one of those teams is standing in the way, as they will certainly try to do, in the way of the Hornets having a home field playoff game, something that Coach Scotty McCoy says has been a goal of theirs since preseason and one that is still very much in their grasp.
And it's had a lot of consistent play of his team. Seniors stepping up, a lot of them posting up big scores each and every week. Coach tells us it's a lot of leadership that's carried him thus far, and he hopes to carry him into the postseason here at home with a home field advantage. And they're still eyeing a district championship.
It's helped out tremendously. I've ran the offense for Dad for a year or so, and then I ran the defense for him for 3 years. So this year I'm just running both of them. I don't have so much time to, if you're just an offensive coordinator, when they're on defense, you don't have to really worry about it. I can go over and make adjustments offensively. This year, once we go to offense and then go to defense, I've got to jump right and get on the defensive set of mine. And that's been a little difficult to adjust to, but it's getting easier as the year goes on. And the good thing is we run offensively and defensively off of wristbands, so that helps out tremendously.
So he's not surprised at where he's at, but he is very pleased. And he's also pleased that the Hornets are averaging more than 40 points a game.
Being 5-2, we really thought that we could be able to be competitive in every ball game that we play with the experience we have. I have 12 seniors, 10 of them I think of which are 4-year players. Now offensively, no, I didn't expect averaging 40-some points a game. We like the fast tempo offense, and you can never imagine yourself scoring and averaging 40 points a game in a season with all the good ball clubs that are out there, but I'll take it.
And like I've been keeping you up on, Clay Elam, Ryan Jenkins, Matt Patton, Chris Burton, several others posting big numbers each and every week. And that has helped set their sights on a home playoff game, something that will be a first in McGoffin County history.
Matt and Clay and Ryan, they're having a great year in the rushing department. At one point, I had all 3 of them in 3A. We're in the top 10 in rushing in the state. Then Ryan was up there in the passing category too, along with having Dalton Keaton, and Chris Burton was up there in the receiving category, along with Matt Patton was in the receiving category also. If I'm not mistaken, he is actually leading us in receptions and yards per reception this year. So, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, that just shows that we're not one-dimensional, that we are a two-dimensional team. We can throw the ball and we can run the ball. So, I mean, it's one of those pick your poison.
Nobody likes to make predictions. I've learned that in interviews I've done over the years. But what are you hoping for the last 3 games?
A home field playoff game. That's our goal. A home field playoff game is what we've wanted from the start of the season. District championships also. Both those are within reach still. One that we can determine the outcome of. The other one, we need a little bit of help. The district championship, after getting beat by Breathitt County 55-49, that hasn't diminished our chances, but it's made them a little bit harder to get a district championship. Now the home field playoff game, I don't look ahead in any game, but that's next week. You know, winner of that game is going to get a home field playoff game between us and Morgan.
And that's next week, not this coming Friday where they're on the road, but next week. And amongst all of this, he's got other things to think about. A phone call that could literally come at any time.
Within the next 2 weeks, we're going to have a baby boy. Going to name it Jace Scott. And it'll be my first boy. Got 2 little girls at home right now, one's 7 and one's 3. Come to every game. Last week she didn't get to come because we didn't know if she was going to have a baby or not. She said she's going to Betsy Lane though, so it ain't too far from Highlands. That's a good thing.
But Mom and Baby are doing good?
But Mom and Baby are doing real well, yeah. They're just ready for it to come out.
Okay, there we are. That's better with sound. Real quickly, the Hornets are on the road the next 2 weeks. They're on the road this Friday night. They'll be at Betsy Lane. The next Friday on the 25th, they'll be at Morgan County. The final game is a home game against Lewis County, and that Morgan County pivotal, determining a home playoff game, first in McGoffin's history. Real quickly, I'm out of time and updating your weather forecast. We know it. No newsflash here. Big changes are coming, and once they get here, there's no sign of them letting up for a while. These beautiful 70-degree days are going to be a thing of the past for quite some time, possibly. A cold front comes tomorrow. Showers likely, mainly in the afternoon. Some isolated ones out there tonight, but I don't see anything, at least I didn't when I sat down, that's going to affect our weather. We'll see showers. I don't think any thunderstorms. If I said so, I misspoke. You might hear a little thunder, but no severe weather. Just going to be a cold front that brings about some cold rain. 70 degrees for the high tomorrow. Clouds, and we'll get down tomorrow night to a low of around 51 degrees. Thursday, it will struggle to see 59 degrees, I think, for daytime highs. Some lingering showers. Then after that, the sunshine comes around by Friday and sticks around through Tuesday of next week at least. But so to the low 60s, maybe mid-60s at best. And we've got an upper 30-degree low for Sunday night. With that said, that's my time. Thank you so much for being a part of it. We'll see you back here tomorrow night for more of Your News Today. It'll be dark in the afternoon. It's what it's going to feel like. It's not going to be a very wonderful weekend, if you ask me. We'll see you back here, though, one way or the other, hopefully, tomorrow night for more of Your News Today. Have a wonderful evening this evening. Sorry to bum you out with the weather forecast. Just remember there is some sunshine on the other side. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.